Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Holy shit.
Hey, listen, chat. We fucking did it. We did it. I'm coming out swinging with that type of injury. Welcome to Rumboyz After Dark, ladies and gentlemen. The show that hits harder than Anthony Joshua. Your latest, greatest, up to the minute Friday night drunken sports talk show. You already know what it is. We got to get it popping. I got to get the cast and crew up here. But first, I want to shout out our sponsors over at GLD, shopgld.com. Get like me, copy and paste the link down below. You already know. Hey, man, spring is coming up. You need to be sitting poolside. You know, it's spring break, getting a little iced up. Yo, I'm telling you, Shop GLD is the best place to be. Yo, let's take it to the yacht.
Hop out in Miami with no land, ain't got no understanding. How to hear I'm burning, or turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring away your knowledge.
I wish there was a way I could show you guys like the behind the scenes, like what happens in the green room, because Mike just be getting into that joint. Really quick, link down below in the description, all right, or in the description. I'm sorry. Subscription is what I need you guys to do. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Link down below. Big underdog show, big underdog energy. Promo code Rumboyz Robbie in the description. It's official. It's real. Just packing the mail. I'm gone. Just sign a deal. I'm on. Hey, let's see who we got up in the chat. I see the chat really quick. Yo, let's get the cast and crew up here. Let's get the cast and crew. Yo, we already know it's Modelo time, fool. Hey, first up, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Give it up for Drop the Mic FF.
I still got the song stuck in my head. Okay, I'm back.
Still got it stuck in your head. Sean, what's good, man? Thank you so much. Hey, bro, I'm feeling good, man. How you feeling tonight? You ready, Mike?
I'm ready. Who's next? Late Boy or the other one?
Other one first. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all gotta give it up. Put your bottles in the air. Raise a glass. It's your boy, Gator J.
What's going on, fellas? What is good? Happy Friday. One of the first Fridays I've been able to get on with you guys. So
I don't normally do this, Gator, so you better appreciate it.
I know that's
Happy
right. Get
draft
that
day.
stomp going, baby. How we doing? Gators,
Happy
the ladies
draft
are
day,
looking
happy
good.
Day. You know, it's a beautiful day.
Yes. Beautiful Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, everyone's favorite hill. Give it up for TDS Taco.
What a hill. What a
perfect. What's up, everybody? And I'd just like to say RIP to Akira Toriyama, one of the greatest creators of all time, one of my all-time favorite creators. You will be missed. Your works will live on forever. And thank you for all the years and the
storylines,
yeah,
villain arcs. Like, bro, hey, if you are an anime fan like I am, if you are a Dragon Ball Z fan like I am, shout out to all the Vegeta bros. Shout out to all the Vegeta bros. then yeah, that was rough. So no, I'm glad that you that you brought that up. Not glad, but you know what I mean. But big RIP. Definitely missing you. Cheers. Let's get ready. Before we actually do the real cheers, though, fellas, y'all look good. Fellas, I want to say first before we begin, none of this where we're at right now, where I'm at right now, where we're at, and I use the word key word is where, is because it takes a village to raise a child. And you guys have supported, you guys have been there, you guys have been a part of the crew. Chat for everyone that's in the chat that when we had Rumboyz.com, that was writers, to every time we put out a tweet about one of our shows, finding ways to get people to like do graphics or create shorts or just anything that we've needed. Selling merch, Rumboyz clothing line is going to be coming back. Be on the lookout. Rumboyz clothing line is going to be coming back. So before we get this show started, to you guys here on the panel, to the chat at home watching, this shot is for you guys on this channel, on this network. We always say cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? There's that statement and that saying and that slogan that we've embodied since 2018 stands no much more true than today. And I promise you guys that the content's only going to get better. Things are only going to get better. We're only going to get better. So I thank you guys, because I'm not where I would be without any of you. And I just want to make sure I say that first without trying to get emotional or anything. But thank you, because it's been a long journey coming. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do? Dilly. We fucking did it. Y'all ready to talk some football?
Yeah, brother.
I ain't hear y'all. Y'all ready to talk some football?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Gator, what was that?
Oh, that was Don Martin, baby. Straight from Turks and Caicos. Yay.
Up in the chat. Leafs, I see you. Call me Anthony Joshua. The way yo, that knockout was
that was not cool. That was
not ugly.
Cool.
Is that what Mike Tyson's gonna do? Just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
I hope.
I
hope and I pray.
I so hope he just puts Jake Paul in his fucking ass.
Who Joshua fight? This wasn't the Ngannou fight, right?
Yeah, he just knocked out Ngannou in the second round tonight, dude.
Yeah.
That was tonight?
Yeah, it was over. It was quick.
No way.
Yeah, it was
we
quick.
got the viewers over on Twitch. Make sure you guys give us a follow on
Twitch. He starched him in the second.
What's good? Big Grass, my boy. Flowers to the king. Flowers to the king. Hey, Dilly fucking Dilly. Let's go. Let's get into the first topic of tonight. And as always, we always have to start with our cover athlete. Well, in this case, it's not necessarily about the cover athlete. It's more so it's about a unit.
Thanos.
We could have put a couple of motherfuckers up on that cover art.
Mm-hmm.
The Buffalo Bills made headlines this week, not once, but twice, by first unveiling renderings of their proposed stadium, which had fans hyped, then tore the fan base down by blowing up the defense, one of the top defenses in the league. Fellas, I want to just take the moment to drive the dagger a little bit more into Bills Mafia for a second. Is this a sign that Buffalo's Super Bowl window is closing? And if not, how much longer is that window open? Mike, take it away.
All right, so I think you are blowing it out. I know we put them on the show I put them on the graphic, but I don't think they are blowing up the defense like you're saying. Only to the point where, yes, Tre'Davious White, that's Poyer is getting older. I get it. They're both cogs of the wheel, but I don't think it's just the defense. I think it's overall they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. One person that I try to put on there, but it just wasn't working out in the way I wanted it. Mitch Morse, to me, the center, is going to be a bigger deal than maybe even Poyer in the sense of he's one of the anchors of that offensive line. When Josh Allen's running the ball, he's one of the clear blockers. To get to the actual question, I do think that the window is closing a little bit. Not completely, but the window is closing to a little bit. Josh has got his money. This is one of those teams that, I mean, Mahomes was the first player to win a Super Bowl as the biggest cap hit in the league. Josh isn't as big of a cap hit, but what I'm saying is they're going to have to build around Josh, but with everyone wanting to make the money, I think Diggs could be going. They're going to have to get another piece. The window is closing, and if they don't do it in the next couple of years, then I do think that the window might be gone, unfortunately.
So the only reason why I would say that, okay, maybe I'm not blowing it out of proportion is just because the pieces that they let go, I feel, were almost staples in that defense.
Oh, they were.
I understand the philosophy of it is easier to replace defensively some of those pieces that they let go, whether it's through guys that you've been developing through, the practice squad in the weight room, that may already be in the building, whether it's through the draft or free agency, and there's a lot of free agents, top free agent guys available. I want to get to everyone else's take, but to say that I'm blowing it out of proportion, I don't know. I mean, you just unveiled these 40, well, they're saying it's going to be 16 foot, but these 40-foot bison statues to your fan base. Had them all excited. I'm excited to see guys, crawl up on these statues and break tables, light them on fire, and then squirt themselves with ketchup and mustard. But then I don't know if we're going to be seeing that, because I have a feeling that Buffalo's going to be heading back towards Povertyville. Gator J, your thoughts?
Man, here's the thing. Let's start with your first point. The stadium looks beautiful, right? But it's a brand new stadium. Every brand new stadium looks beautiful. What I am glad that they didn't do was put a dome on that thing.
Yep.
I'm glad
Leave it
they
open.
did not put a dome.
So very, very proud for Buffalo, for the Buffalo fans,
Nerds
for the
here.
team, everybody. They up there in Buffalo, beautiful stadium. But you're not going to see very many playoff games in that stadium as long as Patrick Mahomes is still in the AFC. Until Patrick Mahomes moves to Tampa or to the Rams or, to the NFC, I should say, it's not going to matter, because they will not have a home playoff game that means anything. Oh, wait, they haven't had one.
Yeah.
They haven't. Never mind. Forget what I just said. It doesn't matter. That game is there for 8 games a year, or that stadium is there for 8 games a year. That's all it's there for. Get a couple concerts, whatever. Their Super Bowl window has been closed, in my opinion.
Been getting their backs blown out in clutch moments since the 90s. Shout to
the
Commanders.
Buffalo has been getting exactly the exact game I'm going to go to. Buffalo has been getting their breaks beat off in any game that matters since the Super Bowl of 92. The closest Super Bowl they were in was 1991, and they lost that one by one game. So guess what? I'm going to throw a trivia question at you. Buffalo Bills are one of 2 teams to have been in 4 Super Bowls and have 0 W's to go with that. Can you name the other team, Robbie? I know nerds can. I know nerds can.
I'll say the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah. It is the Vikings. The Vikings are the only other team to be in 4 Super Bowls and not have a W. Josh Allen is not a Super Bowl winning quarterback, in my opinion. I just don't see it happening. He's a great fantasy asset, but we play fantasy for 14 to 16 games a year.
Fantasy fantasy brings our hearts joys and our hearts cheer, but in terms of, if you're part of Bill's Mafia, a player being good at fantasy football ain't doing a damn thing for you, but just hurting your feelings a lot more. It may soothe it a little bit if you have that player on your team. The fact that your team still loses in clutch moments, I'm sorry, it's giving poverty to me. I think that I don't think, like I said to Mike's take, I don't think that I'm blowing it out of proportion. I think that this is bad. I think this is getting really bad.
I want to bring up one more point on these cuts that they just made. Buffalo made these cuts, and they are still at the salary cap.
Yeah.
At the cap.
They're not under. They're not under.
No, they're not under the cap. They are at the cap. The cap actually went up $10 million. Was it $10 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went over $10 million more than what was expected, thanks to the TV revenue and all that. So it was expected to be around 246, 245, somewhere in that range. Yep. And it's actually at 255.4.
Yeah, it went 10. Yeah, Robbie, he's saying it went 10 over what they even were expecting it to go.
Yeah. So,
not 10 total. Yeah.
Correct. And they are still, with these cuts, right at the cap.
Oh, get them.
Well, I mean, listen,
how you gonna clear up cap just to sign Trubisky? Be serious.
Leaves. To be honest, they didn't have a choice but to clear cap.
Yeah,
they needed a backup. They needed a backup.
Who cares about a backup at this point? That's all they're gonna have because they have so much money going out.
Take up cap space, anyways. Like backups are actually very healthily paid. So I mean,
here's the funny part. For you. They are at the cap right now. How many men are on a roster? 53, correct?
Yep.
Guess how many players they have signed right now, and they are at the cap?
38.
51. They still have to find 2 more players in order to fill out the roster. Hello, Russell Wilson. Come on in.
Come on now. All that
talking, who's gonna win the division? All that talking, who's gonna win the division though?
Probably
they're gonna end up still winning the division.
More than likely New England.
Look at what happened with the Chiefs this year. We're like, oh God, the Chiefs don't have enough. And guess what? They figured it out because the most important position in football is what? What's the most important position? The quarterback. Okay,
and
Josh Allen did not perform up to his capabilities. Let's face it, we all know Josh Allen has another gear and another level, and that he hasn't even fully ascended to his full potential.
Josh Allen cannot beat any quarterback that is in the alphabet after him.
I don't really can agree with that. Mahomes, when you look at, he's been in some of he's been in battles and
has he beat them? But that's the question. But he hasn't won.
Lost them to who? Some of the greatest quarterbacks that ever played the game.
Hold on. Let's take it back for a second to kind of go into what you stated. Okay. Look, let's keep it real. You can't win the damn thing every year. All right. No. Not even the Patriots went out there and won it every damn year. With that being said, and with that being stated, I do believe that Josh Allen, the Allens, the Burrows, the Jacksons, I'm just gonna we're going to call them the Avengers because they've been having to go out there and fight Thanos and Patrick Mahomes.
Facts.
Yeah. There will come a time where, I mean, don't get me wrong, Thanos will come back and get his revenge. Mahomes will come back and get his revenge.
How many times?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see here in the next 2-3-ish years, maybe even this year, even to where an Allen or, like I said, from a scouting aspect, it is a lot easier to, be able to take care of these woes on defense.
Yeah. And let's face it, how many safeties just got cut over the last couple of days? This came after they had released the safeties in Seattle. So they already knew that there were people in the market. And by adding some extra people in there, and then, you make your decisions. But let's also face it, Jordan Poyer wasn't the youngest guy either. Okay, so at the end of the day, when you're making these moves and you're constructing a roster and you're building it for the long term, sometimes you're going to have to lose some key guys because you can't pay everyone. That's the beauty of a salary cap sport like the NFL. You will never have a perfect roster. Look at the Chiefs. There's no way you would look at that wide receiver core and think that they could win anything. But God damn it, they pulled it off and they did it consistently and they did it with making it happen with smoke and mirrors. But that's what you got to do. And look at what the Chiefs did. when they weren't getting the offensive players, they found a way to draft the right guys on defense. And in a league that doesn't have defensive backs and cornerbacks, they were able to cultivate and grow these young guys and make them so great. Because look at what McDuffie was doing in this game. He was making play after play after play that saved the game. And now you have another guy that's available. I forgot his name, Mike, but they have a guy available this year that they might have to trade off, and they probably get a solid pick back for him.
Snead
And
is
then
gone.
Snead.
Snead is gone.
Oh, they got rid of Snead already?
Snead is going to
No,
be
I'm
gone.
saying he's got.
I
I'm saying he is going to be
bring
gone.
that up.
Yeah, but I think that's the one Taco was talking about. Is Snead is the guy that they're gonna have to end up trading Snead.
So, really
We're going to
quick.
get a second rounder.
Really quick. This is why I say that Taco's a heel, because my dumb ass, for real, in the beginning of my take, when I prefaced the question, I was like, yeah, there's like, other, talent out there. I tried to leave out Ladarius Snead so that I didn't have to hurt this man's feelings, because I know that he's going to have to figure out what they're going to do at corner. Good luck with that there, buddy.
Hey, guess what? No. I've already told you off air. I'd rather trade Snead and keep Chris Jones. That's what I want.
Yes, because you need that pass rush, especially with the way Spags likes to play. Chris Jones is almost irreplaceable. And when you think about what he's done with cornerback talent over the last couple of drafts, it almost makes sense to take that gamble, because at the end of the day, a cornerback can still get burned, even the best of them, but a pass rush.
So you feel like wait, really quick, just to kind of package up
pass rush over DB every day.
Kind of package up what you're saying here. So you're saying, maybe there's a chance they make a play at a Snead or one of the.
They can't.
No,
afford
they
those
can't.
guys.
They can't.
No.
That is exactly what everybody assumed.
Okay.
As soon as they drop Poyer,
I just want to double check.
The other guy, as soon as they dropped them, they were like, "Oh, that's $37 million." Right? They're gonna make a play for Snead, or they're gonna make a play for Jones, because that would be the obvious thing to do. That'd be the obvious reason that you're clearing this cap space. No, the obvious reason they had to clear this cap space was to get under the cap, because they have to be under.
We don't even know what's going to happen with Diggs.
They have to be under the cap, if I'm not mistaken, by 4:00 Monday.
So before we get into Nerd's Sake, Nerd, welcome to the stream. Excited to see you at your wedding come May. Before we get into your take, all right. One of the things that I do want to say is that what we are witnessing is what I love about the NFL is that, say, with there being 32 different teams, front offices and et cetera, when we talk about cap space and how that's worked out, one of the things that I really enjoy is that you get to see different variations of how certain things could have played out. Mm-hmm. I always say that history repeats itself, but sometimes you see, I hate to go on my Doctor Strange kick here, but you see boop, 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 what that other outcome could have been. So when we look at a team, going back in the day, we look at, well, not back in the day, because that's aging all of us. But if you look back, maybe just a couple of years ago at that Rams Super Bowl run.
Don't call me old.
Bro, we all old, man. Come on now. But if you look back at that Rams Super Bowl run,
with Kurt
and how things kind of played out after, I feel like if the Rams did not get it right off the gate with Stafford, which was a gamble to take in the first place, what we're witnessing now with the Buffalo Bills is what we would have had to witness, is because they would have had to start blowing shit up and start figuring out different ways and different pieces.
Yeah. This could be that down year where it's like, fuck, we have to pay now for all those contracts, and it's going to mean that we're going to have some dead money, and we're going to have to sign some young guys, and come next year we'll have more flexibility to do things. But this year is going to be Josh Allen, put on your big boy pants. Let's see you go out there and do it like Lamar Jackson and some of these other guys had to do, and win the division, get yourself as many home games as you can, and see if that in that game versus Patrick Mahomes is something freaky happening that they're gonna go into overtime and lose on some bullshit.
Okay. Nerd, let's close out this topic with you.
Yeah. So I think getting a new stadium. Obviously, Buffalo had their own situations this last year.
Stadium design is fucking sick.
Needing, to have the ability to have the stands cleared for every Sunday. I understand that. Needing a stadium. I haven't seen the new designs yet of it, to be honest. I mean,
bro. All right, let me see if I can pull this up.
Let me pull them up.
Yeah, bro. The
The governor in New York is from upstate, and like you could tell because this shit looks like poof.
Bro, so like the Buffalo Bills stadium, like the new renderings, they're not going with. I love that they listened to the taxpayers.
Well,
The taxpayers were like, "We'll fund a new stadium." No, don't. No, don't. They're like we can do it.
Yeah.
No, don't. So that is a part that I really like.
Wow.
The part about the new renderings is that, and I don't know if you guys saw through, it was the Bills, I believe it was the Bills PR department. Because that's where I saw it. I saw it through their PR department.
That's actually beautiful.
Look,
the new stadium that they're building.
With the way that and what they're thinking here. It's like this is the main image. This is the main image that they did cook up the renderings on AI. So like these are definitely like AI generated, like 3D printed. We haven't even seen this 3D printed at scale yet. Well, we did see from the PR team of mainly what the bison in the front of the stadium are going to look like.
Yep.
Look at these
so nice.
Damn near 40-foot.
Yeah, it's apparently the biggest like statues of the bisons. I'll say the one thing about this too. The way they're doing it
included on the bisons.
They're documenting the whole experience on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I believe that's going to be such a great branding and even just the sponsorships and the money that they'll get off of the watch time and stuff would be great.
Well, I think it would be cool too.
That's what I was just saying. Going into what Taco was just saying there about the new stadium, I love the actual stadium itself. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's a football stadium. You're not going to host a Super Bowl anyways because you're going domeless. What I love about the stadium, though, is the renderings of the Buffalo is how they originally scaled these to be like 40 freaking feet, like just massive behemoth like bison, and they immediately scaled that down to 16 feet. Yeah, it's see-through glass. They're saying that it's going to be see-through glass.
That's actually
when they
really
scaled
cool.
it down. So first off, bison statue. It's not like dong is included. Like that. That's the most hilarious part about these statues is that they're rendering them after real life bison, but scaling them down to 16 feet. You are asking for 3 crazy fans of Bills Mafia to stack themselves one on top of each other. Shaq is 7 feet.
Yeah. Yep.
Mike, you're what? You're 6'1". Mike, you're 6'1", right?
Me?
6'2".
6'1".
You're 6'1".
I'm
5'10".
I'm 5'9", 5'10". Yeah.
You're fine, bro. You stack all 3 of us on top of each other. We are climbing that damn statue. I am grabbing that bull by the horns. I'm climbing that statue, and I'm jumping off of that statue into a table. Full on
fire,
WWE style, on fire, bro. I will light myself on fire. Yo, get this live to 100 likes, and I'll and I'll fucking do it. I will do it.
God.
Listen, we have the bank account now.
All right, 100.
No, I think
100 fake YouTube accounts coming. Just one second.
100 fake YouTube.
So I think the new stadium is cool. Like I do think there is a sense of a need for it. I don't know though. Like the window to win a Super Bowl for the Bills seems like it's been going the past couple of years. I mean,
it
just seems like it's been kind of like going that way. Like in every season that they don't win it, it seems like we're getting further and further away. And especially this offseason with seeing some of like the release news that they have for that team, it's kind of like, wow, this team's kind of like really starting to clean house. Now there's been teams that they've gotten rid of players at the right time, and then it's somehow kind of worked out. But but it's not all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's a very like hit or miss. Like you don't know if that's going to happen. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people to pay. Josh Allen's going to want big money. Diggs is going to want crazy money once Justin gets his extension.
And I feel like that's what they're trying to do. Like, okay, like we can build through, maybe drafting or recruiting a couple of young cats.
Yeah.
But then from there,
yeah.
Hey, shout out to whoever used the underdog promo code. I just saw that. Let's go. Let's go.
That's dope. Should you do like a dono hype for that almost?
I mean, I can't.
I'm trying to think. What was I
can't treat that. Hey, look. If you sign up, so here's the rules with the promo code. If you sign up using promo code Rumboyz Robbie, we'll match you on your deposit. I'll take a shot for anyone that uses it, Straight up. I'll treat that like dono hypes. The thing is, I don't see it till like after they've already deposited. So it's like I'm not gonna see it right away.
I kind of
refreshing like crazy. But donate to the stream though.
So like, to wrap up, what I guess my thought on the Bills is like, yeah, I think the window's closing, and then I'm starting to get major feelings that I feel like Diggs might be one of those players that should have won a Super Bowl but might not.
Okay.
Like with where he's at, like, because I mean, obviously, I'm being a Vikings fan. We had him, and water under the bridge about how he ended up getting traded and going somewhere else. Like he wanted out. He kept saying he didn't want out, but we all knew he wanted out. And it was like, okay, you can go play somewhere else. And that was when we had Zimmer, and it's like, okay, well, he did, and they had a very good window to get a Lombardi over in Buffalo. And I mean, what you guys were saying earlier, I mean, yeah, we can sit here and be like, well, they didn't get it done, but also like you got to look at the competition they're playing against every year. I mean, Kansas City like speaks for itself. Like they're facing them all the time. And then when you get into postseason, Kansas City finds a way, and it sucks. But I mean, I think for Bills fans, it sucks. It's one of those things where like the window's definitely
sucks isn't the word.
Starting to get shut.
Like for real. Sucks.
It's like someone stabbing you and then twisting it like over and over.
I think that this gets worse before we see this get better.
Yeah.
It's going to depend on how money is spent this offseason. So I'm very interested in how I'm very interested. There's 3 teams that I'm very interested in how the hell they're going to blow it back.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills, because where they're at, down there at the bottom. The New Orleans Saints.
I was going to say they don't have a bag to blow.
Right, the New Orleans Saints, because I want to see how they kind of dig themselves out of that. But then obviously number 1 on that list of who I'm excited to see how they spend money, I'm talking about the Brinks Trucks boys. I'm talking about Washington, baby.
Yep.
Not because that's my team. I want to see how that's going to pan out, because we could very well, with as much money as we have, just be like, we're only going to spend like a quarter of that this year.
Yeah.
I could see
space it out, time it out.
So I'm very interested to see how that's going to work. I know what I want. I want us to throw a bag at every fucking problem that we have this year, because we can do it. That won't happen. Magic Johnson as a businessman, just honestly isn't. Magic Johnson and Harris aren't letting that happen. Josh Harris aren't letting that happen. Moving on.
Well, wait. Hang on.
What's up?
You're talking about you threw the Bills, the Saints, and the Commanders like in this bucket that you wanted to see what they're going to spend. Hang on.
I just want to see,
because you're talking about, when you're talking about overall cap space as we sit currently, you're talking about the number 1 with the most cap space being the Commanders, the number 29 and number 30 being the 2 least almost with the amount of cap space they have. You can't throw those in the same bucket. That's not the same. That's not even
putting them in a
close.
bucket like that. No, I'm just saying, like, and I'm interested in how that money is spent. I'm interested in how the 2 pull themselves out and how the 1 can maybe curate something. Look, not to go off on a tangent or anything, but to maybe curate something to where I want to see a ring with the new name, and I want to see how that gets treated amongst the Ring of Honor, and I want to see how that plays out. That's just me, behind the scenes Washington fan. I want to see what happens with that. The homie Bo like, hey, I'm doing wings tomorrow. Me and we did a stream where we were talking football, doing wings during like the pandemic, and I was like, shit, is that an invite?
Oh, yeah.
I got meetings tomorrow though. I got meetings out the ass tomorrow. Actually, no, one of them canceled, so I'm good. I'm good on one. I want to get into our next topic. Nerd, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Dak Prescott was on record recently, sitting in front of the media, and he stated that he's definitely confident he and the Cowboys will get a long-term deal done. That quote is verbatim out of Dakota's mouth himself.
Wow.
We're all for players getting paid here on this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But is Dak the long-term answer to command said long-term deal?
No, I think it's already been answered. No. I mean, they've had a lot of good chances to have a really great season and finish up in postseason. Primarily last year was a big one. Like, they looked electric at times, and then postseason came and they got blown out by the Packers, and that was that. I mean, it's one of those things for me where it's like, yeah, the Packers they caught fire the second half of the year. Like, I mean, they looked really good, and I'm sure they're going to keep that momentum going into next year. But in terms of Dak, it's like, it's kind of where I'm at with the Vikings and Kirk Cousins right now. It's like same old song and dance. You've seen this, the last 4 or 5 years, 6 years. It's like, okay, like I think I'm ready. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's like, I'm ready to move on. And we'll get more into that when we talk JJ McCarthy later, and Drake May later, and why I feel the way I feel about that. But in terms of the Cowboys, I hope Jerry Jones and the Cowboys sign him to the massive deal. I hope they do, because that makes it so that they don't go after a quarterback when I want a quarterback. So it's like, I'm fine with it. I haven't taken a look at the draft order in the past few days, or mock draft the past few days, but yeah, I'm for it. Like, out of selfishness, yes, please pay Dak Prescott your entire salary cap. I would be thrilled if you did that. Please do it.
You said the entire salary cap.
Like, do it. I want you to pay the man so he'll stay and continue to not do anything in the postseason for you. Yeah. No, he's not the answer.
Really quick. Dak got roasted for his new haircut. Really quick. In defense of that man, that's the same motherfucking haircut he's rocked for the last 3 years. All right, y'all. Him posting like he's rocking something new.
I respected it, dude. Like, honestly, I respected it because you see players with like really bad hairlines.
No, this is look where I'm coming from. This is a brother thing. All right, Dak Prescott, you walked into the damn barbershop. All right, if y'all ain't never been to a urban barbershop, we got like a poster, right? And like, you can be like, yo, I want like, the one, or like I want the two.
I want that. Yeah.
Me, my joint's always the same. Hey, yo, low cut Caesar deep waves, like keep everything dark. Don't taper me up. I'll keep everything dark all the way around. Dak walked in there, looked at the damn poster, which this is something you should never, culturally speaking, you do not do this in a brother barbershop.
This is like walking into a tattoo parlor. You don't do this either. Yeah, a tattoo parlor or a barbershop.
Exactly, yeah. And looked at the fucking damn haircuts that were on the wall and was like, I want number 4, because he got a number 4. And it was like, I want the number 4, but keep my goatee. Bruh, you did nothing different. You did nothing original, which is probably why you play for Dallas Cowboys. But still, like, everyone stop reacting over Dak Prescott's haircut this way. Cam Newton, you gave him way too much credit today during your fashion segment of your show. Let's stop it. He only ain't even faded. He didn't even buff the baldness. He didn't even buff it. He just left the shit there like little beady beads.
Yeah.
Like, no.
It was that was interesting. But for my thoughts on Dak being the answer, selfishly, I hope they think he's the answer, but I don't think he's the answer.
Okay. Taco, we both hate the Cowboys. You're on mute.
Rookie, fucking rookie.
Bro, how are you on mute knowing that
You're Jerry Jones. What else are you gonna do? You're almost what? Like, how many more years do you really have left? Do you really want to start going and looking for your new quarterback? Like, he's like, all right, Dak, I've seen what's out there. Let's give you a long-term deal and let's just figure it out. Because again, like we said, the most important position is quarterback. And while Dak did have a bad game overall for the season, he's shown that he has solid skills and that he has the ability to take a team pretty far. And this division, the way it's shaping up right now, is ripe for the taking.
He was the MVP runner-up. I'll give him credit. Don't do that. Don't do that. He was the MVP runner-up. Don't do that.
That's still pretty damn good. I mean, let's face it, with the way the Eagles are looking right now,
Second place MVP.
You know, you're looking at a guy that can take you to another division championship, that can put you in a spot for another home playoff game. And, you know, at that point in time, Dak Prescott, sir, you know, the ball's in your court again. You have CeeDee Lamb and the elite wide receiver. They have good chemistry together. I just don't see the point in breaking that up for what, Russell Wilson? Like, there's no better options right now. They're drafting too low to get a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He has no other choices. And that's what Dak knows too. He's like, dude, what are you gonna do? Sit here at 75 years old and be like, I'm not gonna pay Dak Prescott, so I'm gonna suck for a couple of years, take a couple of bad quarterbacks, and never come anywhere close to anything for the next couple of years.
Here's the thing, and here's where I want to kind of add some correction to the take. Shout out to the 25 viewing over on X. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys check us out on YouTube as well. Check us out on Twitch. Give us a like, a comment, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Here's where I'm going to correct you though, Taco. One played at an MVP level last year. I can't deny that, and I have vitriol towards the Dallas Cowboys. Now, with that being said, and with that also being stated, one, it's his turn. Well, not really his turn, but they got to also restructure some things, okay? But also, at the same time, we know how the quarterback pay carousel works. Certain things are just inevitable, especially for the market. For the rest of your QBs, you want to keep things perfectly balanced as it should be. So I understand where he's also coming to the table. It's tough. It's tough to sit back and just kind of just go in. You know, he does help them win games. He does help them win games. They can go out and get a Joe Milton 3rd, 4th round. Dak was a 3rd, 4th round guy. The Cowboys did not know what they had in Dak. If you go back and you look when they drafted Dak, they didn't fucking know that was going to happen. What had happened was Dak showed up in the preseason. And Dak is one of the greatest preseason winners. I don't give a damn that he's with the Dallas Cowboys. Dak is one of the greatest preseason quarterback winners of all fucking time because he moved Tony Romo out of a job because of what he did in the preseason.
You think
it was evident from that point on. It was like, well, yeah, Tony, you got to go. Like, this can't be a thing.
That's the beautiful part about it. You sign Dak, you draft someone, even if it's a little bit of dead cap money, it is what it is. But at this point in Jerry Jones' life, do you think he wants to risk it on a fucking quarterback in a quarterback league? Motherfucker, get Dak in here.
Oh, Jerry Jones, a sausage egg McMuffin for calling him old like that.
Bro, he's like presidential at his age. You know what I mean? Like, how many more years left does he have?
Dakota is a jack of all trades, does everything right, but master of none. This I love because I feel like that from when I watched Dak's film, even at Mississippi State, I feel like that's always been the indictment on Dak. Going back to when he was a 4th round pick, and then when he came into the league, set the league on fire and took over Tony Romo's position and said, "Get out of here." You know, Gator, I want to get into your take here, and I want to get into another topic before halftime.
All right, let me ask you this. I'm glad you brought up Tony Romo. Would you rather have Tony Romo or would you rather have Dak Prescott? I've got an absolute point to this.
I would probably rather have Dak.
Okay, Dak Prescott at $60 million, Tony Romo at $17 million, which what his average contract was. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. Playoff record, because we don't give a fuck about preseason, Robbie.
Yeah,
Robbie, nobody gives a fuck about preseason, including you.
Right.
2-5 for Dak Prescott, 2-4 for Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
Get the fuck out of here.
They're the same
Neither
exact
one
guy.
of them
They're
give a
exact
fuck in
same
the
guy.
playoffs. They are exactly the same people. But we're paying fucking $40 million extra for
And
Tony
this is why I
Romo
phrased the
with a
question,
fucking
though.
fade number 4. That's what we're gonna do.
But I mean, I think
That's
we're
what
not
we're gonna
looking
do.
at a lot of the other
this
nuanced
is
things
why
that
I
comes
feel
into
like-
each
Stop
run.
it. Listen,
Hold on, but this
I
is
am
why I feel
so
like Dallas
with
does not
nerd
have
on
to
this.
give them the long-term money,
No,
and they can go and get Joe
fuck
Milton
I
and
think
do what they've already done.
No, fuck Joe Milton. I think exactly
Joe
like
Milton.
Nerd does here. I think because I think it is coming to the end for Jerry. I think it should say, fuck you, son, Steven. I'm giving Dak Prescott 10 years at 60 per. Give him a $600 million contract. Here you go. There's your love. There is your inheritance. And, treat Dak. Make sure you take care of Dak. He didn't do it with Zeke at the end. He should have.
He's not doing that.
No, he's not going to do that. The answer to the question is absolutely not. Dak, 2-5 in the playoffs. Led the first team to lose to a 7 seed, which means he lost it at home on his own turf.
They didn't lose. They got
6
blown
of
out.
8. Here's the one
They got their
positive.
shit pushed in.
Here's the one positive I will give Dak, because we can sit here and beat up players all you want to. 6 of 8 years, he's played at least 16 games, so he's always available.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get injured very often. And when he does, he's not out very long. But, again, 8th most turnovers by a quarterback since 2016. He's averaging over 12 turnovers a game, over 101
Can you name
turnovers.
10 quarterbacks you would take over him?
Yes.
Okay, let me put it
Josh
to you.
Allen. I'll take Josh Allen over him easily. I'll take a banged up Aaron Rodgers.
But see, here's
over him.
the problem.
Oh my God, no! Come on,
Wait.
stop.
Time out.
Second in MVP voting.
Taco.
Joe
When
Burrow,
you're asking,
Lamar Jackson.
when you're asking this
Brock
question,
Purdy.
Taco, you're asking it from a fantasy perspective.
No, I'm talking about real life.
Real life. I'm talking about real life.
As real life, you're not asking about taking a quarterback. You're asking about his weapons as well. And he's got great weapons. The problem with Dak is he can't get the ball to his freaking weapons.
He has no
But like Rob was saying, he was second in MVP voting last year. He had a bad playoff.
He
game.
had no choice but to
Bro,
get
what do you mean? Hold on.
55,000 yards last year.
Bro, you just heard that he's 2-5 in playoffs.
0 running
You're
game.
right.
0
You're right. He had a
running
bad
game.
playoff game. Like
0
now,
offensive line.
is that
He's
psychological?
gotten
Is that
lucky.
psychological?
He's gotten lucky in the 18-game season. He's gotten
Is that
lucky in
something
the
that we can get
17-game
past?
season
Like
in the
we've seen
first
other
6 years.
players do it.
Bro, here's the thing. In clutch moments, he can't get over the hump. Therefore, commanding this such
He is
salary
Tony Romo with a number 4 fade.
crazy.
So what's Lamar
Tony
Jackson?
Romo walking into the
What's
to
the difference between
barbershop
Lamar
and give you the
Jackson and
4.
Dak Prescott then?
Lamar can actually fucking
2
ball.
MVPs.
Oh, really? What does he do in the playoffs?
Two
What's his
MVPs?
record?
Yeah, 2 MVPs.
2 MVPs.
Okay, great. The MVPs. You're right.
I mean,
But in
right
the
now-
playoffs, what's the records? Because Lamar's not doing the same thing in the playoffs either.
no, Lamar.
And while Dak didn't win the MVP, he's a runner-up, and he's fucking like right there near close it, and he's had some
Mike, give me
crazy
what you
seasons
got.
like that.
Mike, give me what you got.
Everything's been said. I really don't give a crap about Jerry Jones. I don't give a crap about a number 4 from the wall. I don't give a crap about the CBS Sports broadcaster. Let's go to the next question.
So, in other words, fuck Dak Prescott. Fuck the Dallas
I
Cowboys.
don't, to
That's
me, it's
from
like,
Mike. That is from Mike.
To me, it's like, yes, he's gonna get the 60 mil if he stays with the Cowboys because he's next in line.
It's the
Big
carousel.
whoop, move in line.
He's getting the 60 million no matter what. The
Let's
only way he
move. I
doesn't
mean,
get
it's-
60 mil is and again, he has all the leverage. So
Yeah.
the only way he doesn't get the 60 mil is if they restructure because he's getting 60 mil this year, period, the end.
You know like the DMV counter, you take your number and you wait and sit. You just wait and sit, and instead of going up and getting your freaking registration, you get your dough. It's what it is.
But Dak did a phenomenal job. I don't know who his representation is, but they did a phenomenal job when they did this contract. So
his agent is top notch.
I'm by no means am I giving any grief to them. I think that was a phenomenal way to work it.
And really quick, like as someone that's on like the side of things that we're on, I usually don't have a whole lot of nice things to say about agents because especially around this time of year, agents will give us information that is not the information that we need. Yeah, man. Like I heard this just to fucking take someone else's stock.
That's Drew Rosenhaus.
Drew, I love you. I'm lying. I want to get into this next topic. By the way, Drew has never done anything personally, but there have been other agents where it's like we'll have a good relationship, and then it's like, why'd you give me that false report? Why'd you fucking say that?
I heard a thing today. Actually, it was yesterday. It was yesterday, and so I will, and it is absolutely 100% true. Contracts that are coming out, especially right now.
Yeah,
the details that certain people are reporting
are
not accurate, and what it is.
That's why I'm not even saying anything about numbers unless like Chef.
Right, complete bullshit season right now.
Well, hang on. Let me explain something real quick. And I saw this happen just the other day with Mike Evans' contract. Okay, Mike Evans reportedly 2 years, $52 million. Right. Well, the actual contract,
I'm sorry, Mike,
is 2 years, $46 million.
Yep.
There's a big difference in 46 and 52. And then also the guarantee that was reported was 35. The actual guarantee was only 25, which makes his cap hit this year only $5 million. The reason I bring this up is there people who bring these, you have these agents that are in group chats with certain reporters, and it's like, You're
reading my mind right now. My mind right now.
The agents will put this out there and watch the reporter go and spread the news without question, right? And then 2 days later, it comes out and it's like, well, that's not exactly right.
Preach.
So be careful.
I wasn't trying to go down this fucking rabbit hole.
Be careful when you see these numbers come out.
Look.
Listen. If the agent and it's reported that so-and-so signed with so-and-so, it's probably right.
I want to get into a birthday toast. For the chat.
But the numbers are not right.
Before we do the birthday toast, though, that was something that was written on the show sheet. And it was just going to be like a small rant. So I'm glad that you put it out there. Please, okay, pay attention to where you are getting news. And even if you see a source that you trust put out something, depending on who it is, cut them some slack, take it with a grain of salt. It's like right now is a very volatile time for what we do in the reporting, analyst, journalism world. Trust us, but trust us to know that we're going to get it right. Okay. I can promise that myself or none of the guys here, we're going to try and just run out and say some fugazi ass shit. All right. We're going to try and get you as close to as accurate as need be. We'll check our sources 2-3 times. We're just going to hit the retweet button. Okay. I want to get into a birthday shot, a birthday drink. Brad. Hey, Brad up in the chat. Yo, you turned 23, brother.
Hey,
you've been doing amazing. It's been a pleasure getting to know you.
He's turning 23, 24.
Hey, so 23. Kids. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the rum boys and girls want to do. Dilly. Clickbait and be like, we've been there before.
Some of the best sipping rum out there, dude.
What you got going?
The Don Martin, that is fire. That is a good one. This next topic I really want to get into. Mike and I, especially both kind of like they're coming from the California area, the west side.
Where are we going with this one?
It's the third topic on the sheet. I'm just going in order tonight.
That's about that.
Despite however you feel about the school, you have to remove whatever you felt about the school, like out of it. Like, this player was so iconic. What this team did during that time period was just so damn iconic. We're talking Michael Jordan levels of iconic. This is probably the last era of celebrity athlete. And I'm happy that another person that was kind of at the tail end of that celebrity athlete is stepping up to defend this athlete. Johnny Manziel went viral on X recently, stating he will not be attending the Heisman ceremony moving forward until Reggie Bush gets his Heisman trophy back. Should the NCAA give Bush back his honors? And should others maybe also be doing more to help get Reggie's trophy back? To me, I see a fragmented community that's maybe not helping out one of their own. Heisman trophies, very small percentage. This is the most prestigious honor in football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you guys go first because I have a very passionate way that I feel about it. And yes, it is in line with the player. Player first.
Yeah, I'll let her rip. I think that, well, it's fresh in my brain anyways.
No, we saw it drop the mic.
Let Nerd go.
All right, go ahead.
No, yeah, sorry, it's fresh in my mind. So, I think that people should be standing up for it with Johnny Manziel, because
we're actually standing with Johnny Manziel about something.
I am. I mean, the players get paid now; they get compensated while they're playing in college. That's obviously a recent change, and that was obviously one of the bigger no-nos back when Reggie Bush got it. But I mean, we all know that we all know that everybody else was getting.
Robbie, let him have his take.
Everybody was getting it. Yeah, everyone was getting paid.
Let him have his take.
Everybody knows that everybody was getting something, even if you didn't get this award. Like if you were in that area, yeah, you were getting something. I mean, people knew, it just wasn't talked about. I think it's dumb that they won't give Reggie Bush Heisman back. It's like, just do it, get it over with. And I think that, on the topic, like, I don't know why it took Johnny Manziel to speak up when other people should be joining him and getting on that race. Like, good for Johnny Manziel for actually speaking up. And I'm not a huge Manziel guy, but I think it's great that he's speaking up.
I love the so obviously the tweet is what's going viral, but let's be honest with ourselves and give respect to Uncle Shay, because it's Shannon Sharp and it's on Shannon Sharp's podcast where Manziel first made this proclamation.
Yeah.
So anyone that's shocked about the tweet, it's just because you're seeing it in black and white. What, you thought that he was just saying it to say it? No,
right.
Like Manziel saw what Cat Williams did on that platform, and he was like, I'm gonna make some noise for my dog.
Like,
for my
I can speak freely now. Yep.
Exactly. So that I think that the location of where said proclamation was originally made, I think we're also recognizing a force in media that can really help do some justice. I agree with you though, 100%. Everybody was fucking getting the bag back then.
Yep.
So
it's no secret
now, and the kids now are getting a bigger bag. Taco, let's get into yours.
Man, listen, as someone that's played Madden for a long time, we support Reggie Bush in every single way, facet, and form. So we support this movement. We stand behind the Reggie Bush movement. Go on, Johnny Manziel. Let's keep this moving, baby.
Did you realize that I think it was like 65, 75, something like that. I just looked up, saw the number, and as soon as Taco said, Madden, the number went to 5. The viewership just dropped as soon as Taco brings up 5.
Listen, bro, it's a Madden community. I don't understand what you're talking about. You know how legend Reggie Bush is on the sticks, bro? You know how legend Reggie Bush is on the sticks? Dude, New Orleans Saints Reggie Bush out the backfield, bro?
Bro,
was
me as
fucking
someone that has
he was like all-time legend, bro.
Really quick, myself as someone that has played, I was so expecting Taco to begin that sentence as someone that's played.
I thought he was going there.
I was ready for it. I was like,
That's where I thought he was going
put
with
on
that.
pads. When did he
Someone
ever
that was a
cleats?
former running back, and then all the
Listen, I don't put on
Someone that
pads,
was
but
a
I pick
normal
up
couch
controllers.
potato.
Listen, hey,
Fucking guy.
I ain't new to this, but I'm
Taco the
true to
couch
this. You know what I mean?
You're up, Gator.
I'm gonna
Taco,
sound like
really quick. Hey, Taco, just for setting that up of all that false hope that I think that all of us that have everyone that's at home that's viewing that has put on a pair of pads, has put on a pair of cleats, has put on that fucking helmet. We all just like Taco just like built us up, just went Hey, Taco, check it out. I'll get you. I'll get you a pair of J's. I'll get you a pair of J's if you can beat me 1-on-1. You get 4 downs. 4 downs. You beat me 1-on-1 on routes.
Yeah, right.
You have to break up. You have to
won't
break up at
happen.
least 2 passes. You have to break up at least 2 passes.
Interesting.
I'll
But
do
we
it.
gotta do it live.
We gotta do it live. I'll see you in Canton. Hey, bring the kids so they can see their daddy get mossed.
I got bad feet, so we'll see, bro.
Hey, Gator, go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna sound like get off my lawn guy, but here's the thing, and no disrespect to Reggie Bush and what Reggie Bush accomplished on the field, right? What he accomplished on the field as a player was absolutely phenomenal. However, the rules are what the rules are at the time that the rules are.
Oh yeah, you sound like get off my lawn.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If we're gonna sit here and say Reggie Bush doesn't get the Heisman because whatever infraction that he had, I think more importantly, we need to give Robert Griffin III the credit because he said, I'm not taking the Heisman even if they offered it to me. So Johnny Manziel, you are second to Robert Griffin III.
Ooh, again in your lifetime.
But I don't believe they should give it back to him for the infraction because it is what it was at the time. Now, we all know Reggie Bush was the best college player, whether he was getting paid or not. He was the best college player. So it doesn't matter if he has the damn trophy or not. I think the issue why they haven't given it back to him is because of the drama whenever everything came out, the drama for the Heisman Trust to get the trophy back. If there wasn't that drama from his family, and it wasn't even Reggie Bush, it was his family that didn't want to give up the trophy, right? They hid it at the San Diego Hall of California or whatever the hall was that they have in San Diego. But that's where they hid it at.
This line is
and it was crazy.
right there.
But should Reggie Bush have the Heisman? We all know Reggie Bush has the Heisman. We don't give a damn what the Heisman Trust does. I think more importantly, coming out of this story is what do the other Heisman players or other Heisman winners do with this Nissan Heisman house? If they boycott the Heisman house, there could be a lot more fun. But who gives a damn what the NCAA thinks anyway?
Here's my thing. What I heard is that it wasn't even necessarily, or the NCAA. I feel like that they use the actual school as a goat. I guess it's like the school's like financial institution or whatever. I gotta double check, but I guess it wasn't the actual NCAA. They're saying that they're not the actual ones that took the Heisman or whatever.
They can say whatever the fuck they want to say. They are the fucking. They're the assholes.
I know homies that were on the same team as me in high school. There was like, hey, we'll give you 1,200, for us to put, they put the fucking running back's face. They put my homie Chili. Shout out to my homie Ray. They put the homie Chili on a gas station poster sign. And I was like, you got paid for this shit. It was a local gas station, and it was only one. But 1,200 back in 2005, 2004. Look, you're giving me that like every month.
Nobody cares what the Heisman. I mean, it's a quarterback. We all know who the best quarterback is every year.
Players have been getting paid since high school, bro. This is nothing new. This is nothing different. Let's not act like it's anything new or anything different. Like,
Not
even
at
if you're good in high school, you're getting money.
No,
Right.
it's nobody. I guess that's the point of the whole thing, and I think that's the one thing that needs to come out of this is the NCAA is nothing but it's a racketeering. It's for lack of a better way of saying it, it's like 4 old white dudes that are waiting to, got one leg or 1 foot in the grave, and they're just trying. They're just trying to get their great grandkids.
Meanwhile, you're not supporting Reggie Bush getting his shit back then.
Well, no, I mean Reggie Bush should
he's
get
supporting the
something
man
because of the
He's
time.
supporting the man.
But we all know that Reggie Bush is the Heisman winner. What I'm getting at is the NCAA is 4 white dudes, old white dudes with one foot in the grave, trying to secure their greatest of grandkids, like 17, generations later, futures, right? Because nobody gives a damn what the NCAA is. That's all the NCAA is, a money grab. If it wasn't for the NCAA, college football would be so much better. It would truly be a minor league to the NFL.
Okay.
He's right. Mikey, what you got?
There's a reason I wanted Nerd to go first once he started. Because I knew I knew a couple people would bring one of the things up, and Taco brought it up, Nerd brought it up, but Gator brought up the fact that we can't do one thing, and that's this. I hate the argument of the players are getting paid now. The rules were the rules back then, and that's part of the problem that I have. No, let me finish.
Most do-gooder shit I've ever heard.
But you can't sit there and go, oh, for instance, you can't sit there and if you were to legalize gambling in California today, you can't sit there and go, oh, a guy shouldn't have gotten in trouble for running a ring 10 years ago because it's legal in 2024.
What up, Toronto, Dave? Big up to Toronto.
You're the same kind of guy.
Listen. It's the same way.
But it's a factual. It's factual.
I hate to use this, but Mike, I have to use this ammunition against you.
What?
Once upon a time, Robbie may or may have not.
So he definitely did.
Yes.
So Robbie
not pop for having.
Okay.
Hell on. For having an.
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going.
Weed and half of a goddamn blunt in the ashtray back when I was living in Virginia. Now, hear me out. Later on, when it was, yeah, we fucked up. We're in the process of actually decriminalizing this. So you're free to go. They got rid of my, you know what I'm saying? They got rid of my shit. So I feel like it should be the same thing for
no, that's different. Decriminalizing it and completely making it legal, decriminalizing it and making it completely legal is different.
Well, bro, it's the same damn thing.
Rules are
but
the
didn't
rules.
they do that with the
change.
NIL? They made it legal.
No. But what Reggie was doing was not NIL.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, there was no NIL back then.
There was no NIL. So there was no such thing. So that was, and we're talking about what 25 years ago. So we'll slow down with the whole. They changed the rules. They
listen.
Progressed the rule.
They figured a different way to pay the kid to get there.
At the end of the day,
legally.
Okay, so
at the end of the day, you guys would stop Barry Bonds from being in the Hall of Fame. That's
Barry
all
Bonds does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Easy. I knew you would say that. That.
I'm gonna keep it real.
I'm the biggest McGuire fan, and I don't think you should be in the Hall of Fame.
So many players of Heisman caliber, whether they receive the award or not, motherfuckers was getting paid. The NCAA is only attacking Reggie. But let's go back and look through Heisman.
No, but the other thing I wanted
it wasn't until the 90s in the 2000s to where like it really started changing. And if you ask any player from that era that has gotten a Heisman, they all say a lot of the same things.
Yes,
and they've
but
all
the other
been
thing
through
is,
a lot of the same.
So what you're saying, Robbie, what you just said without saying it is he was stupid enough to get caught.
I think that
So in
Somebody
order
snitch.
you can go
Somebody
and
snitch.
listen, you can go and rob a bank as long as you don't get caught. It's your money. But as soon as you get caught, you got to give it back.
Holland knows best about that.
But as soon as you get caught, you got to give it back.
but the other thing I wanted to say to my take was this:
It's not wrong. It's not
yes,
bad.
the NCAA are pieces of crap. Not saying they're not at all.
100.
Barry Bonds belongs. Yo, and that's exactly what I was going to say. Listen, fuck this. Let Reggie get his Heisman Trophy back, and Barry Bonds belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he does. Barry Bonds is much better than Mark McGwire, even without steroids. He had 2 careers. His career with steroids is fucking Shohei Ohtani, which is kind of crazy to think about what Shohei Ohtani
my
is.
Dodger out of this. Hey, by the way, really quick, speaking of Dodger stuff, nerd, I'm super excited. Thank you. I'm excited. Homie got me a throwback.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sending it, or do I have to get it while I'm there?
I'll give it to you while we're there because I figured. So when I grabbed it, I was like, we're gonna be at the Red Sox and Twins game, and I don't know if he's gonna have a jersey. And then when I was there, I was like, hold on, I figured you might have one. When I was going through there, I was like, hold on a second, is that a Jackie Robinson jersey just chilling there? And it sure as hell was, and I was like, I'm buying that. Like even as a Red Sox fan, I was like, I'm gonna get that for Robbie for when he's at the game.
Look, that's a real friend right there. And on top of that, you got me the Jackie on signing day, like on my signing day, like fuck
yeah.
Bro, I'm never gonna forget March 8th, but signing day, never
March
gonna forget.
8th. Robbie's signing day.
Yeah. We are going to go ahead. We are going to get into halftime. I love how like Mike knew exactly. He was like, "Yo, I need to."
He's out.
Like, yeah, he was like, I know. He's like, Robbie's got this part. He's like,
I think he's more pissed off that you didn't let him finish his take.
My bad. Look, I gotta try and fit this within a schedule now.
Brad, I'm not getting Robbie a Mookie jersey. I'm not getting Robbie a Mookie jersey.
Whoa.
Any of those Dodgers. Don't get him any of those new Dodgers.
Leaves the Red Sox after they win a World Series.
Yeah, yeah.
We are
go to the evil empire.
Music. This is my homie Blake G with Can Do. We'll be back on the other side of this show.
Fires me up.
Hey, you already know. Links are in the description for all of our sponsors. Let's get it. I pressed the wrong button.
My body in Miami with no land, ain't got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, or turn me up, you can't understand. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Shots to your D for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit. No one see.
Just stick to the plot. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do and just shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do it just shit. See, listen to funny. You stick to the road to the riches and hope you don't crash like some dummy. To get to this money, you got every piece of the pie to find out you slice into an onion. Now let's change the subject. These niggas who think they got something, but actually they end up with nothing. It's getting disgusting. I'm tired of the fucking assumptions. I'm about to blow up like a Russian, so sick of it. Stick to the plan. When you lose it, gotta get it again. Keep it moving, never stick in the sand. Even when tired, like Michelin Man, shit, I know I'm the man, so I don't give a damn about opinions. I'm racking up millions, you stacking up pennies. She throwing it back in the back of the venue. Now we taking off in her man and his feelings. Now back to the business. Back to the lab with my niggas. Actually back doing laps in the trenches. It's my second home. I ain't have to go visit. I stay resident, embedded to living the life of a nigga. By day we just niggas. At night we the victim. The light up go get 'em, so I'ma go get it. I stick to my plan. I stay on my mission. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and just shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to do it just shit. So this is my message. Sometimes you just living in life, be an actor. Don't try to direct it. Now let's change direction. This life that we live for the lesson. Don't count chickens, start counting blessings before they go missing. I promise you, I'm on a mission. I want something, I'ma go get it. No hidden intentions. I open my eyes, saw my vision. Now everyone see that I'm gifted. I'm rapping like Christmas. You niggas just under a tree. I'm smoking it, not metaphorically. I'm smoking no tree. No one's smoking on me. So when I say you're under it, no, that means me. I'm a poet MC and I'm living my dream. Hoping that hopefully you see the hope in me. And if you don't fuck it, cause I'm all I need. Keep my ear to the game and my mind to the streets. I'm a beast. Stick to the number one mission at hand. Stay true to yourself and give your life meaning. And fuck their opinions, they won't understand. To get to the top, gotta give all you got. Only getting one shot, so give up or not until your heart stops. Gotta stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the screen. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the
Yeah. What's going on, chat? We are back. We're gonna get through the next half of the show. It's gonna be litty. I get to talk about like one of my favorite things coming up here, and that's the NFL draft. And we do have some free agency rumors that we're gonna talk about. Remember, all right. I actually, what I'll do is like as we address these type of segments, with free agency approaching, I will definitely make sure I clarify whether or not something is solidified or not. Luckily tonight, everything is coming from a very, 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 very reliable source, so we're good on that. But I just want to make sure that everyone is fully aware that we are purely speaking from only what we can provide you guys. Nothing is set in stone. We know just as much information as the rest of our colleagues. I won't say as the rest of our colleagues throughout the industry. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what to do? Dilly dilly. Let's go. Yay!
So I was gonna tell you this before we left, Robbie. How funny would it have been if I would have worn a Red Sox Mookie Betts jersey, and then you would have wore your Dodgers Mookie Betts jersey to the game?
You're just asking for a fight to happen on stream. I would have caught that flight that I had planned for May to not. And the bonus, I would have gotten to see you. We would have been slap boxing. No, I'm super excited to get into this next half of the show. Make sure you guys, we'll figure it out. I might have to just go live for a little bit from your wedding, just show people that we're together. Just it's actually happening.
Yeah, reception. Yeah.
Draft rumors are circling that JJ McCarthy could overtake Drake May. We already know that Harbaugh has been going out there hyping up his guy to his now NFL colleagues. Well, they were already his colleagues. They've always been his fucking colleagues. All right, let's just be honest. Thoughts on the rumors? What are your thoughts on McCarthy over May? You're not going to like what I may have to say.
All right. This is bullshit. McCarthy shouldn't be over May. McCarthy is going to be a top 15 pick. I get it. But he's not even a guy. I get he was with Michigan, and I get the they didn't need him to do well or blah, blah, blah. When was the last time a college person that didn't need to do well, so he was just serviceable, ended up being a top 5 talent in the NFL?
Tom Brady.
Yeah, 20-something freaking years ago. It doesn't happen very often. It ain't going to happen with this guy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. The Christian Gonzalez rumors last year. There's always bad rumors, and Pat snatched the falling guy. Whoa!
Let me say one thing.
On Patriots Nation right now in the chat.
Let me say one more thing real quick before I throw it to Gator.
Chaos.
Even though I am saying that May should not be drafted after McCarthy, I am not saying that May is my number 2 QB.
Okay. I mean, I don't think that. We'll talk about our QB rankings as we get closer to the draft. Yep. I want to give everyone time to kind of process. It's all these guys throw with no fucking pads on. Let's face it, and we didn't even see the top guys throw. So, well, I'll say that for another day. Gator.
Yeah, I'm out on all these quarterbacks.
Woo!
There's not a quarterback that I would go and jump on. I mean, I don't give a damn what what's the guy's name on ESPN? Dan Orlovsky. I don't care what Dan says about how good Caleb Williams can be. Listen, the quarterback position is the most volatile position there is in all of sports. It's not shortstop. It's not starting pitcher. It's not closer. It is absolutely quarterback. And that's where we see the biggest bust. So I'm out on all of them. I've not seen a dominant one take any kind of grab a hold. None of them are wanting to grab a hold of anything, right? None of them. They don't want to sit there and practice. They don't want to sit there and throw in shorts with no pads in front of 5 people or 105 people. How are they going to do it with 65,000 people? It's just, what the fuck is going on? None of them want to practice anymore. I don't understand it. And so to sit here and say that Drake May is better than JJ McCarthy or JJ McCarthy is better than Drake May, I think is an irrelevant point at this stage of the game. It's really stupid and ridiculous. Put the fucking pads on and let's go play ball.
So
Now you're moving from a fucking college level. Let's say the speed is 75 miles an hour, and now you're getting on the interstate at 105. Let's see what you got then, baby.
Do you feel like that the best thing that we can do, and I love the way that you kind of put it in phrase, that the best thing that we can do is kind of remove a lot of the smoke for these guys that are watching our show right now.
Yeah,
a lot of these guys in the house.
Listen, so I'll put it in two different ways. So normal NFL, they're gonna do what the fuck they're gonna do because they're putting money out there. They print money in NFL stadiums, by the way. If you didn't know, they all have money machines. They're in the tunnels. Have you seen those? Because I have. They're in the tunnels. They print money there. So fuck what the NFL teams do. It doesn't matter. We've seen how bad NFL GMs draft players. For fantasy, if you're sitting there and relying, I don't give a damn if you're in Superflex or if you're in a one quarterback. If you were relying on this quarterback class to take you to a championship,
you're
bugging. Sorry, bud.
Bugging.
Sorry, bud. Including Caleb Williams. Sorry, bud. I can see Caleb's weight. I know this is going to be a fucking hot take, but I can see Caleb Williams being Ryan Leaf real quick. Real fucking quick.
Me and Robbie have been saying that for months.
No, I mean we've been strong on the Caleb Williams indictments. That's why I'm not surprised at all. I want to make sure that I preface this because I don't want it to come off as like
I could also see him being Peyton Manning. But
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want to make sure that I say this like so that people kind of get a peek behind the curtain, behind the scenes. A lot of the takes that we're dropping, like we don't sit back. These aren't manufactured takes.
This isn't clickbait. This is
like
I've said this for multiple years or for multiple months.
But I'm finding, and to what Nerd just said, to what the homie Mike just said, I'm finding in a lot of the circles that we all run in, you're finding more of our colleagues, more of our constituents that are with the shits when it comes to the Caleb Williams indictments. And I think that more of us are being more willing to go against the grain and come out and say how we really feel. Do I think that maybe some of our colleagues could be just doing it just for clicks or whatever? Maybe. Do I think that some of us actually believe in what we've seen on film and what we're saying? I think that Gator actually believes in what he's saying. I believe in what I'm saying. Nerd believes in what he's saying. Mike, whenever he's laid indictments on Caleb Williams and such, believes in what he's saying. So I want to make sure that I just preference that. I don't want this to turn into an automatic indictment on this quarterback class. Someone is going to be good. Someone is going to be great. You're not going to tell me that out of 6 motherfuckers, all of them are going to land in bad landing spots and they're all going to suck. You're just not going to convince me of that.
No, I think
someone is going to be great. I think that it's going to be the person that we may not expect and we suspect. And that's why I pose a question about JJ McCarthy.
I think the one thing that we need to pay attention to, and a lot of people don't, is look at what Michael Penix has gone through, like from the get-go, and moved his ass up.
He can do it. He can deal with adversity and show that he's already dealt with that adversity.
But he's done this throughout his college career. Now, is he the greatest quarterback in this class?
He can sling it
right now. No,
but can
he be? But hell, I mean, we've watched some of these quarterbacks in the past not be the greatest in their class, but get to the right system. That's the other part of this. we
What up,
also
Chalk Eater?
know what these top end teams, or when I say top end, these top end of the draft teams are absolutely bad teams for the most part. And now you're taking what is supposed to be one of the best college quarterbacks or one of the best college players, and they're going to be on a bad team and expected day one to be the savior.
Bryce Young.
That pressure is immense coming from a fan base. Taco, I will succeed. I will succeed the mic to the man from New York.
Listen,
What up, Blue Yays? Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check us out on Twitch. Go ahead, Taco.
I'll say this: like, I don't follow college as much, but I'll say Caleb Williams was touted for years. Like everyone was so hyped, and then this season kind of came, and then he kind of shat the bed, and that faded a lot of the hype on. But you're telling me he wasn't hyped coming into the season, Mike? He was a super hype prospect.
No, I never said that.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, but like, and the way I think maybe psychologically it played out for him was horrible for his stock. But to what you're saying, Gator, really, what does he gain by throwing in shorts? Because he can have a bad day. He can have a bad throwing session. He can miss a couple throws. And
good. I need to see you on that bad day. Good. I need to see you on that bad day.
See, here's the thing.
You may want to see that, but for him, what?
Taco, wait. Time out.
What's the point of him? What does he gain?
Taco.
Stop with the bad day. Stop with this. Stop with that bullshit. Because
listen, it's a business.
It absolutely 100% is.
And risk assessment is what it comes down to.
You're a quarterback.
Doesn't matter.
So
no, it's a business. He's not a quarterback. He's a businessman.
Here's the thing.
You're a businessman. You're not a quarterback. You need to stop thinking like that right now.
Here's my hope then. Here's my hope then. And I don't mean this for Caleb Williams. I mean this for any player that wants to do this. I hope you fuck up and I hope you don't do anything for the combine, and I hope you fuck up your pro day.
But can I say this? You just talked about how all these
here's
people
the thing. You have your combine, and then you have a
pro
day that can back it up.
Be the savior and be this and be that, and then you bring them.
If you can deal,
what is it?
If you're
CJ
a top
had a little bit of a bad
pick,
Wonderlic test, and now all of a sudden Bryce Young is going so high over him, and CJ is like, oh my god, he's incompetent. He can't do this and that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, think about it. He went and did that test. The results leaked, and all of a sudden now they're mocking him on national TV. They're literally mocking this kid on TV. The kid who became Rookie of the Year. That's why some of this shit doesn't matter.
Here's the thing, and it depends
worked
on how
out
you
perfect
look
for
at it,
CJ Stroud.
Especially when we talk about these prospects.
CJ Stroud also did the combine. Bryce Young
CJ Stroud went out there and threw.
Bryce Young did not.
Out there and showed his ass. CJ Stroud did so well that, from what I have heard, is that a certain organization, his current one, went out and made sure that they could get Stroud to fall to them.
Absolutely.
Because they were already out on Bryce Young. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be? I mean, Bryce Young sucks as a quarterback.
And right now, as someone that has, as someone deep in my experience, going around, the scouting circle, the combine circle, even when I look through my DMs about through homies that were there this past weekend, I think that teams are willing to let anyone and everyone. I honestly think that teams don't give a fuck at this point. They are willing to let Caleb fall. There are some teams, from what I am told, teams that don't even have a shot at getting Caleb. They're like, but from what I've heard from top brass is that certain guys they enjoyed the way that he interviewed, the fact that he was still there. Let's remember that certain guys didn't even show up and answer questions and didn't even take press.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams at least took press. And I feel like that the way that he took press was in the best way that he could have. Now, tonight's topic isn't about him, so I don't give a fuck. So why we're bringing him up, I don't know.
Yeah. That's why I gave you the look, Taco. You went off about Caleb Williams when the topic was McCarthy.
Exactly, but that's why I'm reeling him back in. If you hold on, don't waste airtime. If you have not done the research and have a true indictment on McCarthy over May, because that's really what's happening right now.
I've heard a lot of rumors and buzz about McCarthy for
What
a
is
while.
your
For
take? I don't
yeah,
care
for
about
Giants,
what you say.
for Giants fans. I know McCarthy was a name that a lot of people were hoping for, and that maybe we trade back and get. So hearing that he's moving up that high is really interesting because he was literally the name that I know many Giants fans had circled.
I don't think that the
So
Giants. I don't think that happens in a wet dream.
He's not getting past 15.
Yeah, I mean that's what it seems like. He's moving up fast and furious.
He's not going above 5.
No.
The question is, can he handle the pressure of going this high? I think that's going to be the interesting question to me, personally.
Okay.
What
are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? JJ McCarthy only.
Yeah.
I like him. I'll go on the other side of the coin that everybody else is on. Throughout the week, I've been watching a lot of the combine, watching the drills. What I liked about him the most was how he did handle media, to be completely honest. I know that's not like the one thing that sticks out for a lot of people, but he did get questioned about being in the last national championship game, like how he didn't have to do much for them to win that game. And he basically, his answer was phenomenal to me. And it was that it was nice to know that the guys around me could do their job and do it to the level where we could manage the game to win it. And that he could rely on those guys. Because, like, McCarthy had a lot of good games. And then the one game that everyone's
games didn't have to throw in the fucking second half.
Right. And then everybody's like, well, he had that bad national championship game. Well, okay, that's cool. First off, they won the national championship because he was able to rely on his teammates like he said he was. He knew he had a bad game. He knew it wasn't a great game for him. And then on top of it, just the answer that he was able to give and not get upset at the question and be like, you know what? I know the dart's going to get thrown at me. I'm just waiting for it. He waited for it. It happened, and he answered it very professionally. And then he talked about his drive to want to win and not just like be the guy that goes to a team that has like the expectancy of like, well, this is what's expected of me. Mm-hmm. No, he wants to go and win somewhere from the way he talked about it. And I was like, this is impressing me. And then just watching his drills, like, I mean, even the throwing drills were like,
his drills were amazing. I feel like McCarthy was on point with all of his drills where Nick's kind of let me down a little bit.
Yeah, and then the other guy that stood out from what I saw in the combine to McCarthy, I'm only going to just say the name and not talk about him, was Milton. Milton looked really good. But since we're talking about McCarthy,
Milton is gold.
Since we're talking about McCarthy, the other reason why I like McCarthy, and like you got to remember, I'm a diehard Vikings fan. Like, look at the situation our team is in right now, right? I know it's a long shot that we get a chance at getting McCarthy from what it sounds like at this point.
Linked to you guys. I've heard McCarthy linked to you guys. I more so hear him linked to a team locally here at headquarters. But
yep. There's a chance, but like, you know, I want to, because when your team is now in a position where we can tell Kirk Cousins, okay, buddy, we're like, everyone gives the Vikings GM a hard time. They're like, oh, well, they're not, you know, so he hasn't hit on everything. He's 2 years in. This is going to be his third off season with us. And then, right, and he's had some good hits, but like talking about JJ McCarthy and trying to land him is huge. And here's why it matters to what I was just saying, is that when your team can cut a guy like Kirk Cousins and say, you know what, we're going to stand on business. We're going to draw a line in the sand. We're not going to pay this. Get to step and go somewhere else. And you have an opportunity in a draft like this that's very quarterback heavy. JJ McCarthy is a guy that has been standing out to me and that I want the team to try and go get, because then you can sign other players like Justin Jefferson to a bigger contract. And then you can have a quarterback on a rookie contract. And then your team is in such a great spot. Like, because you don't have to worry about that quarterback contract for a little while. Like, you can get your superstar Justin Jefferson paid. And then you can give JJ McCarthy, all the weapons and opportunities that are there. So, like, I'm very passionate about the Vikings potentially having a shot to get him.
I did not know that.
I like JJ McCarthy. I like what Harbaugh is doing to like help hype him up. I like him. I'm on the opposite side of the coin. I'm not expecting perfection, but I think he's going to be a really damn good quarterback coming into the NFL.
Okay. I think he's good. I don't think he's better than me.
I'm gonna be straight up. If I'm just gonna analyze the quarterback position, do I think that McCarthy is better than May? Not based off of what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Do I leave enough room for me to be wrong about that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a situation where I'm 100% okay with being wrong with, because with McCarthy, when I look at his film, I do see a guy that, well, okay, yeah, cool. You played in a dominant school with a dominant team, with a dominant roster on all three phases of the ball: special teams, defense, and offense. You played with guys that knew how to also play as a fucking team. That's the biggest part. I don't care if you got the fastest, the biggest, tallest. You knew how to play as a team. You knew how to go out there and get wins. You're a leader of men. I see a guy that's a leader of men. I see a guy that is young, probably going to have to deal with some lumps, maybe lumps that he didn't deal with IMG, lumps that he didn't deal with at Michigan, so on and so forth. But I think this guy can take those lumps, deal with those lumps, deal with that. I don't care that he didn't lose a whole lot in his upbringing. I see a guy that go out there and hustle, lead his guys out there on the field, out there on the gridiron, to go out there and go and get the fucking job done.
You know, I like that you talk about leadership, Robbie.
I think this is a guy that can, very much like a Jared Goff, that can shut up, color, show up to work, keep his nose in the playbook, and go and get the job done.
I like that you bring up leadership, and it's the last thing I want to say on it was when he was asked about the adversity that Michigan had to go through in their season with like not having their head coach there for quite a bit of the season. And
he dealt with it perfectly fine.
X, Y, and Z, and they were like, man, like you really stuck in there. You guys kept winning games. You got to like put the postseason for college. It's like you guys did everything you were supposed to do.
He did everything and then some when the quintessential leader of the team was not there, and he did it with grace, and he did it with humbleness. But more importantly, I see a lot of, in comparison to some of the other quarterbacks that maybe did have a bigger stat line and maybe did have to perform in offenses that did throw more.
Mm-hmm.
Why should I not look at when I did Josh Jacobs' rookie scouting report, and I was a very instrumental part in that. When I did Josh Jacobs, I was like, well, for a running back, he has low mileage, so on and so forth, and that means a complete different thing for that position.
Right.
But I look at JJ McCarthy, and I'm like, damn, I could probably have you for a couple of years because you don't have as many miles on your arm.
Yeah.
But I know based off the film that you can make the throws. Here's the thing. JJ is probably the only person out of this class that I feel that I can go back and still watch their high school film and be like, he's still nasty. He's still nasty.
Yeah.
He's still nasty. Whereas I go back and I look at other cats and I'm like, I don't know. I think that other cats had to develop. They had to build that. And I think that McCarthy's just always been him. I don't see a guy that's set in his ways. I see a guy that can, if anything, expand on his game even more.
Yeah. Well, let me clarify what I said when I destroyed this quarterback class, right? Like, I don't see this quarterback class being elite, right? It's just okay.
It's just in. Yeah,
it's just in. It's okay. Now, what I will give JJ is progressively gotten better out of the 2-year starter at Michigan. When you look at it, I mean, you're talking about a little over 5,000 yards passing, right? He's sitting there with like 50 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Nothing, nothing crazy, right? But I love the fact that, we got nerds on, and you sit here and look at it and go, Minnesota's sitting at 11.
Yep.
They're absolutely in a prime position
He's gonna
to
go
go
8 or
get
11.
JJ.
I think
Now,
it's
and
either
as
8
I
or
sit
11.
here thinking, I'm like, Kirk Cousins, JJ McCarthy. Kirk Cousins, JJ McCarthy. They're
Give
the
me
same
JJ.
fucking people.
Yeah,
They're
and-
exactly the same person.
So I don't have to
one
do
cost
anything crazy to change my
one-
offense and change my playbook.
But
That's what I'm
one
saying,
cost-
and everyone thinks I'm
one of them-
crazy.
One of them cost $85 million guaranteed less.
I was literally talking about this.
Hold on,
like,
hold on. We
yeah.
got. So I gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Because I still gotta get UFC picks in. Xavier Worthy put scouts on notice, running a record 4.2140. Many former players worried that it cannot translate on the field at the higher level. I want to know what's your reaction. So here's we'll speed this one.
Mhm.
Take a sip if you think that it translate. Don't even worry about taking a sip if you don't even think this is going to translate.
165 pounds.
3,
He's Bryce,
2,
he's
1.
Bryce Young. He's Bryce Young as a wide receiver. He's 165 pounds.
I'm not taking a drink. Like I don't have that confidence.
No.
No.
Like we saw this with John Ross. We've seen this with all of the fastest guys before. I'm not impressed. I'm impressed that you can run that fast.
Listen, look, you broke the record. Cool.
Neat.
What are you gonna do when that
You're
pill's in
fast.
your hands? What are you gonna do when that rock is in your hands? Are you gonna go and get me that yak or not? I mean, we on the field to get drunk off the yak.
Here's the problem. Here's the
If
problem
you
with
cannot
Xavier.
get me yak, cannot get me yak, I don't even want to talk.
Here's the problem. He's 5'11",
Yak.
165. His wingspan is only 74 inches. That's small. That's a small wingspan. There is no contested catch. We didn't see any contested catch at Texas. It was very, very minimal. His speed is his only game. You got to beat 5 dudes down
It's
the field.
John Ross 2.0.
Well, it may even be worse because his arm length is only 31 inches. His hand size is even smaller than Kenny Pickett.
I'm tired of analysts going out there and taking the 40. And I don't mean this as an indictment necessarily against Worthy, but I'm tired of analysts taking the 40 and being like, oh, that means everything.
Velas Jones Jr.
Poor David.
The one thing that's kind of like interesting to think about too with running a 40 that fast is look at Christian Watson, right? He ran an extremely fast 40-yard dash.
4.3.
But he has a major issue of staying healthy with his hamstring. And I can sit here and say that. I'm wearing Bison. Go Bison. I love him. One of my favorite players from the Bison. I've seen him give his gloves and his shoes to kids. He's a great guy. But like his ability to stay healthy at the professional level is really interesting because sometimes when you are that fast, your hammies can pull faster because your body can't handle constantly competing at that level at that speed, which is like something that obviously you're not going to be like, that guy's fast. He's too fast. We're not going to draft him. But like he has to have the other.
I don't think that Worthy would be a perfect fit because all their routes are based off of timing. Yeah. So he's going to be taking the fuck off out of like a bat out of hell.
Right.
Just, I don't see that fitting even the Kansas City Chiefs.
I just feel like it's something to be.
Like, I don't know what's in today's game. None of his routes are if you look at his route tree, his routes aren't predicated going across the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I would have loved this scene?
All vert.
I would have loved this scene if Milton could have outthrown him.
Oh yeah. That would have been actually cool.
God damn.
Now let me ask you quick. I know you want to move on, but I just wonder, and this is something I've asked multiple people this question: did the NFL miss an opportunity? The combine is in Indianapolis. They knew Joe Milton could throw the hell out of the ball. Right. Did they miss an opportunity by not having a Rich join just for one pass?
I want A-Rich to get healthier, but I feel what you're saying.
I know, but and I thought about that too. But it's like, did we miss an opportunity here? All it is a pass. All we gotta do is throw one ball. I just want to see because they both can throw the ball out of the building, right?
No,
But
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
Truly and honestly, I think Worthy missed the opportunity with Milton to go deep to see who could outrun it. Because if Worthy would have won a 9 route and had to stop or slow down to come back to Milton's ball,
that comeback's not there. He can't. He's not that guy, pal.
I just saying. Just saying. I
want to get into Russell Wilson met with the Giants and the Steelers this past week. Many reports are both of those meetings went pretty positive. Best landing spot for Russ, and is third team the charm for him and Sierra? I don't really have too many thoughts on this because I'm gonna have some things coming out in a short. I don't think that it's either of these teams. I don't care about either of these teams, to be honest. So it's not that I don't care. I shouldn't say that. I pause.
Well, I'm not going to say much because, I'll say it. You can do what you want to do with your TikToks. I think he ends up in the desert.
Yeah.
Zona?
I'm sticking with that. Yeah.
No, Raiders.
Vegas.
I'll keep it short and sweet. He ends up in the desert.
I mean, that's a big ass fucking desert. It's a couple teams that reside out there.
It's a big ass desert.
You think he's going to end up in Vegas? I'm with the shits. Gator.
Okay, I don't mind the Vegas one.
Now I do. I mean, I still think he could. I did. Robbie knows I did think he could end up in Atlanta, but that was also me reading into the Sierra TVs.
I honestly think that I didn't realize about the Giants thing until I heard the report that he was in Newark, and I'm like, why the fuck is he in Newark? But anyway, then the whole Giants thing comes out. I think Pittsburgh is fucking intriguing as hell to me. He doesn't seem to be that, blue blood kind of a blue collar worker kind of a deal. But I think dude is flying fucking commercial planes right now.
Yeah.
He didn't do that going to Denver. When he got traded to Denver, he didn't fly commercial going there. I mean, this is a little bit of humble pie can go a long way. And for what, $1.2 million, I think it would be $1.2 million, $1.3 million, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, it's like $1 million.
Here's the problem that I think a lot of teams are going to run into is at some point they're going to have to deal with Denver, whether it be via trade, whether it be something or other, and sticking a team with fucking $50 million sucks. So good luck with whatever team that is. Thank God it ain't my Bucks.
No. I mean, hey, Russ with the whole Denver side of the coin is giving Bonilla vibes, but I think that whatever team picks him up for the cheap could possibly be a benefactor. Taco.
So wait, how much more do you think that the Bucks are going to pay Baker Mayfield, who's going to put up almost the same numbers as Russell Wilson? But
here's the difference: is we can get Baker Mayfield for 2 or 3 years.
Baker Mayfield,
you're gonna get Russell Wilson.
Baker Mayfield last year was a laughing stock. People thought he was going to be nothing. Last year, Russell Wilson was still a competent quarterback. He was still putting up
Baker
a
Mayfield
solid
got to the playoffs. Stop it.
What happened?
Baker Mayfield got to the playoffs. Stop it.
You're in the worst division in football.
So what?
Playoffs
And took down one of the best teams in football. They were 10-1 at one point when the fucking Eagles. So fuck off there, Taco.
Listen. At the end of the
Giants fan,
like they said, Russell Wilson is going to go for a very cheap and very team friendly contract because he already has a lot of money on the books. He's already shown to be a talent throughout his career. He was in a shit situation all around in Denver. Last year, he put up pretty solid numbers all around when you think about it. But let's face it, the coach wanted to get rid of him from the bat. We already knew what time it was. So let Russ cook. Russ is going to go somewhere. He's going to show off, and he's actually going to be a solid quarterback that's going to take whatever team he goes to more than likely to the playoffs because I see him being with the Steelers. I just see that being like the perfect marriage right there.
Then you and I agree with that.
Getting a competent quarterback to at least get the job done right now, puts him back in the playoffs, gets him some gets the weapons, a reliable QB. You got Pickens and Pickett. You know what I mean? Let's go, baby.
He said it right.
Yeah, I know. He finally got those two
Well,
right.
listen, Taco. The only thing
Hold
I
on.
want to agree with you so much, and there's not much that I can disagree with you on that because he did have a solid season. He had a great season for Russell Wilson as he sits. But don't sit here and tell me that
NFL quarterback.
Yeah, but don't sit here and tell me that he's better than Baker Mayfield at this point because he's not.
Well, when you
So
think
this-
about the contract
That's what I'm saying.
and the production,
But
Wilson is going to come
you're
to you at like
talking-
1 to 2 million, and he's going to have virtually the same
Man, no,
production that you get
but
from
Wilson-
Baker.
you're talking
Wilson
about dudes that are at different ends of their contract.
Exactly. Yeah, that you're not
Different ends of their career,
Stop.
rather.
Just stop. I got it. I promise I got it. Nerd.
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
You're
You
right.
wish
Taco's
you had
wrong.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I don't care
What do
about
you?
Russ, man. I don't care about Russ.
He might be your fucking quarterback, so you
I've,
better.
I've had too many conversations about this, and somebody asked me, they're like, "Well, what if the Vikings got Russ for a league minimum?" And all I said was, honestly, if we still drafted a quarterback and we got Russ at league minimum and said, "Hey, the starting job's not yours, you're competing for it," I don't care. That's fine, whatever. Like, sure, you were in Denver. Like, I'm sure things didn't mesh, things weren't great. I understand that. Like, everything that me and Robbie once again have said about Jerry Jeudy was true. He hasn't stepped up to be the receiver that he was expected
Yeah,
to
pretty
be.
good about being
Is
right.
that Russ's fault?
Like, we've been saying that for years. Like,
Quit bragging about that.
and it's just like one of those things where it's like Denver was never a super great landing spot. That was about money for Russell Wilson, and he got his money, and he got a shit reputation while he got his money while he was over in Denver. So the way I look at it is wherever he goes next, he now gets an opportunity to get the Seattle Seahawks Russell Wilson quarterback name back. Like,
No, we're never getting that again.
we're never going to get that, but he has a shot at getting it back. That's all I'm saying. I think that if he meets with the Giants, it would be better than him being in Denver. Does that mean it's great? No.
No one wants to pay
If-
fucking those
if-
taxes.
No one does. Now, if you're talking the most
That is
realistic
not
landing
better,
spot, if you're
Mike.
talking the most realistic landing spot, it's gonna be in Pittsburgh or it's gonna be in Vegas. I completely have been thinking that for a long time now, knowing that he's getting released. For the past 2 weeks, I've had a lot of time to think about it, and it's like
Russ
I-
is too nice to
it's like-
be a Raider.
it's like I could see him going to the Raiders because, you know, he's kind of a celebrity, acts like a celebrity all the time now. He could go do some show business shit in Las Vegas, great. Or like it's what, you know, one of those things, great. Hey, your wife can get it. Your wife can get a show on the
You
strip.
get a residency and
Like,
shit.
get a residency. She'll have her,
Sierra Thompson.
you know,
Oh, man.
Sierra's on the strip, and then you get to play it for the Raiders. It works out perfect. Great. But I could see him going to the Steelers. I mean, there's nothing going on at quarterback there. I mean, Mr. Two Gloves. It's like whatever. It doesn't work. But I don't know. I think it's going to be either the Raiders or it's going to be the Steelers.
Okay.
Have y'all
Otherwise,
looked
I
at-
don't really care about the situation.
Have y'all looked at his actual contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And
Yeah.
they tried to make-
Here's
they
why
tried
that
to-
contract
and
was
they
so
tried to make him remove his
stupid.
injury guarantee.
Here's why this
Um,
contract was so stupid. He hadn't even stepped on the field.
Look. I don't want
Dude,
to go
it's
too deep.
80.
But you know what? That's how smart Russ is.
Listen, dude, as Robbie has said, players get paid. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. And we're here for the players to get paid. As long as the players are getting paid, motherfucker, we're getting paid. The day they stop getting paid, we need to worry as podcasters.
Dude, and
Because that NFL
listen,
money funnels-
in 2028, you know, 4 years from now, his contract is only worth $4 million.
I know.
That's fucking a sad statement. We'll be done. We'll be over as a show. We'll be over as podcasters. We will all be dead in 2028. So we got 4 years to make this work.
We'll see. Look, okay, I want to go ahead and get into the last topic of the night. You only have to pick the main event. If you want to kind of go through the card and maybe give like a couple of extra picks, you can. I really mainly I'll give my other picks just to kind of set the pace so that you guys can just do the other ones. And I'll start kind of from Pereira down. I am taking Pereira over Olenchuk. However the fuck.
You're on the wrong card.
Yeah, whoa. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, no, Saturday, March 9th.
Yeah, that got moved.
They moved it?
That's not on the card.
They still have it
The
here.
co-main is Poirier.
They have it. They have it on the book. Yeah, Poirier's the co-main.
Mm-hmm.
The main event is O'Malley. Yeah. The third fight is Holland Page.
They still have Pereira.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at the UFC.
There's no way Pereira wouldn't be a main or a co-main.
It's not there.
There's no way Pereira wouldn't be a main or a co-main.
Michael Pereira. Pereira versus Mikel.
Oh no, we're thinking. We thought you were talking about Alex.
Yeah, me too.
I said
because you're on the prelims, not even on the main card.
Yep. No, I'm giving my extra
practice. We're talking about the game.
She's talking about Mikel Pereira, not Alex Pereira.
Yep. So Mikel Pereira at a -148. I'm gonna take Kutalaba at -120.
Okay.
I kind of want the Munoz upset. I don't know how I'm going to play that, so leave it off for now. Gamrot's an obvious one just because Dos Santos is up there in age. I don't think he can hang, with the younger generation. Yes, I'm always betting Macy Barber. That there's never not.
Sir.
Yeah. This is where things get sticky because now we're into the main, the main event here. I want Blaides, so I'm gonna go Blaides. I am gonna go Yang, even though Song Yong Dong has won me a lot of money in the past. Give me Gilbert Burns on the upset.
Ooh.
Give me Kevin Holland to whoop the dog shit out of Michael Venom Page. Give me Poirier because we know that I'm not betting against Dustin Poirier.
At the +142?
Yeah, he's a +180.
Oh, he moved? Okay.
And then give me Sean O'Malley.
I think O'Malley's got lucky here.
If Burns can catch him, then he's good.
Go.
Yo, that fight, that Burns versus Jack Della is gonna be fucking nuts because Burns, like, he's had some tough fights lately, and Jack's like a fucking real upstart, and he has that reach advantage. And I don't know, bro. I just don't know if Burns is like. It seems like that guard from Usman and Volk and everybody is kind of like hitting, like, you know what I mean, that back end. And I just don't know how I feel about Burns going into this. And same thing with Yan, though. But I mean, this is interesting because
main pick. I asked you main pick.
Main pick. I'm taking O'Malley easy. Oh yeah, the main.
Okay, cool. You're taking O'Malley. Fuck my life. All right, Mike, or first nerd, and then we'll drop the mic up to end things.
Just the main.
Yeah, just the main, please. Just the main one fight.
Going O'Malley.
Going O'Malley? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going O'Malley. He's got the reach.
I'm going O'Malley, and my bonus is give me Venom Page, baby.
Yep.
I like that. I wanted to originally go Venom Page, but I was like,
I'm going Venom.
I won't my betting train. I'll release my official card tomorrow. My official card will be out on Snapchat. I'll post it everywhere. I'll post my official card everywhere.
I feel like
my official card is going to be happening on Underdog.
I feel like the one fight I didn't get to say anything on is Poirier's. Man, I love Dustin Poirier, but I don't think he's going to win that fight.
Same.
Okay.
Like.
Okay.
He's at a point where you start losing a lot. I don't know.
Let's get into we'll see what happens. We are at
that 2-hour mark a little bit over. Let's get into outros. Why the fuck did you just click? Nerd, start off with your outro.
Me? You guys can catch me at Twitch. Same thing, Notorious Nerd that you have on your screen. Twitter at Nerd Avenge. We have a podcast for called Notorious Fantasy Takes during the main season, and then in the off season we cover NFL news. Right now, John has been getting married, so we have not had an episode in the past couple weeks. So, yeah, you can find me there.
Taco.
Yeah, I mean, for me, for my outro, I'm just sitting here talking about this Jan fight. Like, is he right mentally? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. But that's it for me.
That's not the fighter we need to be worrying about their mentals. There's a different fighter in boxing we need to worry about their mentals, but we're not going to talk about that. Gator just walked away. Mike.
You know where to find me. Drop to Mike FF. Other than that, peace out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. It's your boy Rumboyz Robbie, aka Underdog Robbie now. That's crazy. That's crazy to say. Kind of deal I'm on. Back in the middle, I'm gone. Feeling good. I'm definitely playing Sugar after this stream. Fellas, I want you guys to go out, have a safe night, enjoy. Chat, I want you guys to go out, have a safe night, enjoy. I will see you guys back tomorrow. I have a couple of meetings I have to do tomorrow, and then tomorrow I am going live for the fight. I am going live for the fight. That is probably going to be a Twitch-only exclusive. That may or may not be on Twitch only. Make sure you're subscribed to YouTube, but definitely make sure you're following us on Twitch. How I'm going to do this broadcast, I don't know. So
find a way.
If I choose to react to some of the fights and pieces of the fight, it's going to be on Twitch only. If I'm not going to share screen or things of that nature, then yeah. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboys and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly. Hey, Underdog, we love and appreciate you. Rah! Geek, 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 geek. Yee!